Think back to your first birthday. Try hard. Nothing comes up, does it? Not a face. Not a sound. Not even a flicker of light. You were there. You cried, you laughed, you learned the sound of your mother's voice. But none of it survived. The real answer for why is far stranger than simply being too young to remember. Scientists call this infantile amnesia. It is not that the memories were never made. It is that your brain made them in a language it would later forget how to read. Here is the strange part. Your brain at 1 year old already knew how to learn. Babies recognize faces. Babies form habits. Babies even show fear after a single bad experience. So the memories were there. Something else erased the address where they were stored. Researcher Paul Franklin at the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto ran an experiment on mice that changed how scientists understood this. Young mice grow new brain cells at an explosive rate, especially in a region called the hippocampus. This region is your brain's filing cabinet for memory. Franklin found that the faster new cells were born, the faster old memories got pushed out and overwritten. Infancy is not a quiet, blank season of life. It is the loudest, fastest growing season your brain will ever have. And all that growth comes at a cost. Think of your hippocampus like a small notebook with a fixed number of pages. In the first years of life, the brain is binding new pages in so quickly that it shreds the old ones just to keep up. The notebook never stops being a notebook. But the early pages do not survive the rebinding. There is a second piece to this puzzle, and it involves language. Psychologist Katherine Nelson studied how children describe their own past and found something striking. Before a child can talk in full sentences, they cannot organize memories into a story. A memory without a story is fragile. It has no hook to hang on to. Once language develops, somewhere around age 3 or 4, memories suddenly start to stick. Not because the brain finally starts working. Because the brain finally has a way to file what is happening. So two things were working against you at once. Your hippocampus was rebuilding itself faster than it could keep records. And you did not yet have the words to turn experience into something nameable, something searchable, something yours. Here is the twist. This is not unique to humans. Franklin's mice showed the same pattern. Other primates show fragments of it too. Early infantile amnesia might not be a flaw in your design. It might be the price every complex brain pays for being able to learn quickly when it matters most. Now bring this back to today. You still forget far more than you remember. A car ride last Tuesday. A conversation 3 weeks ago. Most of it is already gone, dissolved the same way your first steps were. Your brain is still that same notebook, still tearing out pages to make room for new ones, just slower now, and with better handwriting. So the next time you wonder why your earliest years feel like someone else's story, remember this. It is not that you lost yourself. It is that your brain was working too fast, too hard, and too well to keep every page. Some part of you really was there for your first birthday. It just never learned how to write it down.